2022 has certainly been a rocky year for tech companies and their employees, with mass layoffs at a number of big firms, including Meta and Amazon. As the Federal Reserve continues hiking rates, the outlook for the coming year remains uncertain. Ira Spitzer reports from Silicon Valley.
22-year-old Annalise Nee landed her first job out of university as a software engineer at Meta, a dream for many young tech workers.
I got a return full-time offer out of my last internship, so that's how I came to be at Meta again.
But after only a month, she was one of more than 11,000 people hit by the first mass layoffs in the company's history.
At the end of the day, I think we were shocked, but also, we kind of had a feeling that it could happen.
Like Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, a number of U.S. tech firms, including Amazon, Salesforce, and Twitter, laid off thousands in the second half of the year. As Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg and others noted, the shift online at the start of the pandemic didn't continue the way many companies had predicted.
There was a big demand for the tech products, and tech companies took that advantage and turned that into expanding their payrolls to meet the consumer demand.
That miscalculation, coupled with rising interest rates, means many tech firms needed to cut costs. Tech firms are typically more sensitive to higher interest rates because so many have been considered growth stocks with their valuations based on future earnings potential. And growth stocks fare better in a low interest rate environment when other options are less attractive to investors.
Things that are only possible virtually, and it has...
Companies like Meta and Amazon are still sitting on lots of cash, though. They've used that to invest billions of dollars in projects that may or may not pay off, like the so-called metaverse.
Some people say that tech industry is going through a midlife crisis. So, we saw phenomenal growth in the past 2 decades. But what is the next big thing for these big techs? So they've been making a lot of bets, extremely costly bets if you look at Facebook. But these bets haven't really materialized so far.
Whatever the future may hold for big tech, a lot of laid-off tech workers are looking for work now.
I think computer science is still like a very, high in demand skill to have. But I think just thinking of the industry not as just like, the big tech, like the big names that you hear, but also as, the startups that are trying to build something, or maybe things in the intersection of like technology and like biology, or like even like commerce or something that's like not as traditional. I'm starting to kind of broaden my horizons.
The U.S. unemployment rate remains low, and with lots of options, especially for engineers and other sectors of the economy, tech workers may start to look beyond big tech. Ira Spitzer, CNA, San Francisco.